Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back. It's time for another story. This story was written by Penny and myself. We both decided to do it together, and I have to tell you there was a lot of giggling that went with this story. The name of the story is Snakes Alive. Back in the 1950s and 60s, most Southern homes housed one and possibly two bathrooms. In our house, we had one bathroom downstairs, which was delegated to our daddy. Having 5 females in the house, we wouldn't have stood a chance upstairs. The upstairs had a very large bathroom that ran the length of the house. To your right, you entered a closet where a lot of our time as children took place. Hide and seek was one of the most popular games the neighborhood children played. This bathroom closet was enormous. It was full of clothes, suitcases, and God knows what else. Because there were no windows in the closet, it was extremely dark other than a small light bulb that precariously dangled from the ceiling. We could pull the string and turn it on. We were too short to reach it during our early years, so we were dependent on Sister Ann to do that. We would be in the throes of hiding in there, and more times than not, Ann would reach up and turn it off. Suddenly, total darkness. We would commence to screaming, and Leola, bless her heart, would come running. We loved to use this closet as our hide-and-seek mainstay. Whenever we played in there, I had to hold Penny's hand because she was so afraid of dark places. Ann also told us there were monsters in there that ate little children, and we believed her. Right outside of that room was the water closet. It housed the toilet. Our mother believed if you had a headache, sore throat, upset stomach, or even a wasp bite, the cure was always an enema. Always, regardless of what ailed you. When we saw Mama head to the bathroom and pull out that enema bag, we went screaming and hollering through the house, like banshees with Mama and Leola and that long hose right behind. I don't ever remember Sister Helen getting an enema, not ever. When we were about 6 and 7, we were down in the backyard playing with some of the little boys who lived in the street behind us. We were climbing in and out of an old shed in the back corner of the yard. All of a sudden, we saw a snake, and it was barely moving. Apparently, the gardener had hit him with the push mower, but he was still alive. Why we weren't scared, I don't know. But there was an old coat hanger on the ground, and we managed to get that snake on it. Then, we thought since Mom and Daddy weren't home, the best thing to do was take it inside and show Helen. She was 7 years older than us. I mean, she was 14. She would know what to do. And somehow we secretly thought she would be jealous. Well, Leola was in the front of the house, so we marched in and went straight up the stairs, all 6 of us, me, Penny, and the boys in tow. Helen was in the bathroom, so we opened the door and all walked in. I will never forget her face. She was in the tub. We don't know if she was screaming because she was naked, she was frantically trying to cover her non-existent bosoms with her washcloth, or if it was because there was a live snake dangling right over her soapy body. But Leola came running and all hell broke loose. Leola was more afraid of snakes than Helen. They were both screaming and hopping up and down, Helen sopping wet, suds flying all over the place, and Leola going in circles. We got the hell out of there. The gardener Jim was next door putting in rose bushes, and he saw us flying out of the house with the snake barely holding onto the hanger, and in 2 giant sprints he was in our yard, and that little snake was dead. Turned out to be a corn snake. He was only about 2 feet long, but to this day, don't mention that story to Sister Helen. We all got spankings that day. Even those little alley boys, and Mama didn't even care that they weren't hers.